Hello, Team Basecamp. Let's talk about this concept of racecraft. Racecraft really is this idea of the dynamic skills needed to perform in a mass start event. Now, it can refer to concepts like time trial and or mountain bike, which are a little more individual, even though some of these rules may apply, but we're really focused on gravel and road racing or performance events to grasp this idea. So far in Basecamp, we've been talking about fitness, your ability to build the physiological engine to perform in your big goal event. And that, is all the concepts we've been going over. Recently, we've been talking about conditioning, and conditioning is this concept that we need to take all that fitness, that ability to produce energy, and in conditioning, we're learning to use it wisely, how we dish out or how do we get the max out of all of that fitness. Racecraft is the skill of being in a race, reading the race, and performing. So, with that concept said, I want to give one piece of insight here as part of this article. The key skill, the one that is so hard to work on because you need opportunities to work on it, is the concept of positioning in the peloton or in the pack or in the break or riding alongside and within and interacting with other riders. In positioning, there's always one big mistake. Well, let's think about it this way. What's your goal of positioning? What are you really trying to accomplish? You want movement at the lowest energy course. You want to get from the beginning of your race to the end of the race with the lowest energy cost. When we're riding with others, we accomplish this in things like draft and control, and even in things like coasting and when and where we can coast, and in cadence manipulations and the things we've been working on. So if the goal is to move as quickly as possible with the least amount of energy in a pack, and we're understanding that we achieve that generally through draft, but some other manipulations, how is it that we can't stay in the group? We can't stay in the pack. There is a common mistake, and this is a learned skill, so it takes time. You have to practice, practice, practice. But the common mistake is how we see being in that group. Imagine yourself, you've gotten off on a hard start in a gravel race or a mass road start race or event. You're with 20 other people. We typically in that group, we have the focus on what's happening right at this very moment. Suddenly I'm in the back of the group. Suddenly I'm up pulling and I don't want to be pulling. Really, that's the mistake. Well, Tim, what do you mean? I mean, you can't think about what is happening when you're in a peloton, when you're riding in a group and you're trying to execute conservation and positioning, the end goal of what you really want. You have to think about what's going to or about to happen. You want to be thinking 5 to 10 seconds ahead at all given time. And this sounds like a really weird thing to say, but when you start sitting in a group of 10, 20 riders and you start looking at what's happening, and instead of saying, am I in the right spot right now? Or, oh my gosh, I'm moving back when I shouldn't be right now. And you start thinking, what's about to happen in this group 5 seconds from now? What's about to happen in this group from 10 seconds from now? Like in that time window, you suddenly start to kind of plan out where and how to best position to understand those waves of change that happen in the group. So I've had to give you one positioning idea, thought, concept. It's to think ahead. Look into that 5 to 10-second future. If you overly focus on where you're at, you often have already made the mistake that's going to kind of get you spit out the back or stuck up front pulling. It really is a time-based concept. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.